And one thing about the Earls, just talking to the boys there, we just can't wait because when they say live music, it actually is live. You know, there's no fudging. It's just raw Aussie rock.
Yeah, and there's nothing happening behind the scenes with some guy with or girl with a set of headphones on is going, okay, I think I've got the BVs under control.
And if you I mean, you said it. You argued the fact that a lot of people are doing it. You couldn't do it, even if. But your crowd, your supporters, they just wouldn't allow you to do it either, would they?
Well, no. Sometimes people can't tell. You know, I think people will have played out here and done shows over the last 6 months, and they would have had a bit of help, and probably people didn't actually tell.
Right.
But I think for us, it's because we've done, like, we dig in as a band, and we're relating to one another as we play, and we're feeding off what each one of us is doing. It's an unbelievable kind of alchemy that happens, and you can't have a machine or a digital tape or whatever. Forget it. You know,
what about some of those iconic shots, boys, the photos? The one that you had, Peter, you see of you turning around boom, at the antler, steam just coming off your head. The antler must have been like 60 degrees that night. I mean, back in the day, what did you get more satisfaction out of playing? Like, you know, some of those huge venues in New York City or a place like the Narrabeen Antler?
Hey, well, places like the Antler they're like... they are the crucible. That's where you learn it. That's where you feel it. That's where you experience it. It's so special. But it's also where you make mistakes and you get forgiven. By the time you get to Radio City Music Hall or you're playing to 80,000 people in France or whatever, not so good to have a mistake. Yeah, right. So I love the Antler for that.
Every person everyone who loves the Oars has got a favourite song, obviously. And I know trying to ask you guys what yours is like trying to ask you which is your favourite child, but... both performing or lyrically, is there one that you see on the set list and you go, yep, I can't wait to play this one?
I don't...
You've got to name it. Just come on, give me one.
Okay, well, mine changes all the time. Whenever I'm asked the question, I always think, what song would I like to be playing now?
Yep.
And so this morning I'd like to be playing Stars of Warburton.
Oh, wow. Okay. Jimmy?
Dreamworld for me.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Gus said K-San.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved you guys. I mean, I've been a massive fan of Cold Chisel for ages now.
Whenever Gus heard music, we say, Gus, who's this? He just, Foo Fighters, which incidentally for Triple M, he's right most of the time.
Yeah, I'm like a 25% chance. Now, Jim, what about you going on tour and so forth? We're just been talking about you probably with yourself and your crew and so forth, about 20-odd people, but it's a big thing. How much are you looking forward to it? Because you can do the music, but how much are you looking forward to seeing these countries again and looking your audience in the eye and having...
It's hard to believe it's happening. It's great we're all here, we're all still alive, we're all up for it. We've all been playing music in the break, I mean, apart from Peter, the prodigal son or whatever.
Yeah.
Which was really important and really took the band's thing to the next level. And it was important to do. So we're just all still really up for it and loving it. We really love the idea of playing to our people, really.
Just talking to Pete in the break, and with such a political type of resume that your songs resonate towards, and as Maddie mentioned earlier, they're pretty prolific of what they've come around to be. One of you had to go into politics.
Yeah.
There had to be one of you in politics. Pete,
who drew the short
Pete drew the short straw. Had to be the lead singer. But I think and we're speaking again, that's kind of what you've made. It's made you stronger as a person, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. And look, I think we're serious about this stuff, you know. And the Oars are a serious band about what we do, and we love the fact that people are still there for us. It's incredible, you know. That's a mighty privilege for us. But actually, to be honest, even more important is that we're still there for one another. And to be able to go out and to play again is just it's an exhilarating blast, you know. It's quite an incredible feeling. I think we're still pinching ourselves, actually.
Greatest drummers who've lived. You ain't talk people say Ringo, but John Bonham, Keith Moon, boys, Rob Hurst. What's it like being at the front and having that sound just hitting you in the back of the head?
Loud. It's loud.
He's very powerful in music. Yeah, the best drummer I know by mine.
There's not many who can do the both, is it? Sing and perform the way he does.
Great drummers.
Yeah, and I think the thing about Rob is he's got some, I mean, apart from the skill set, is just that energy, you know. It's just like the Oars energy, it's just, you're just getting pushed forward. And, you know, for us, pedals down.
I'm ready to go.
A million